Hello, tonight I'm going to talk about trade war, but from a Daoist perspective. Instead of tariffs, inflation, and all the other things economists love to argue about, I want to focus on something simpler: balance, excess, deficit, and natural flow. Let's start from DaoDeJing, chapter 77. Heaven's Dao reduces excess and adds to deficiency. Human Dao is not like this. It reduces deficiency, adding to excess. Now, some might say that global trade is an example of the human Dao at work, the rich taking more, the poor getting less, and sometimes, sure, that happens. But trade is not just that. It's also a natural balancing force, the Heavenly Dao at play. When left to flow naturally, trade evens out imbalances. One country has excess of A and deficit of B. Another country has excess of B and deficit of A. Through trade, both get what they need. But when a country imposes trade barriers, it resists this natural correction. It builds dams against the flow of Dao, and like any dam, there is a cost to build and maintain it. Blocking the natural flow of Dao has real consequences. Number 1. It is the isolated country's loss. When a country cuts itself off, it locks its own resources inside and others' resources outside, instead of letting them circulate. It hoards what it has too much of, instead of exchanging it for what it lacks. Its internal balance stagnates, like a river that stops flowing and turns into a swamp. It spends energy maintaining barriers, instead of benefiting from natural trade flows. Tariffs and restrictions hurt both sides, but one side always suffers more, the one resisting the flow. What it gains in control, it loses in balance and opportunity. Number 2. The rest of the world adapts. Trade, like water, always finds another path. If one country blocks its flow, the world reroutes around it. The world keeps balancing, just without the isolated country. Others fill the gaps left behind: new suppliers, new trade routes, new alliances. All vacuums have the natural tendency to get filled. Over time, the isolated country becomes less relevant in global trade. The Heavenly Dao doesn't stop. It just stops including the one who fights it. Trade isn't a battle, it's a balancing river. The wise do not fight it. They guide it, channel it, and flow with it. Because in the end, the Dao always wins. I'm Jonathan C. Malmberg. Maybe I'm nuts, sharing my views on this topic. I wonder what stupid stunt I'm going to pull next. Still, I hope to see you in the next episode.